A question asked to trap him became a moment that revealed the wisdom of heaven. A coin held in the palm of a hand became a mirror to expose the heart. What looked like politics on the surface was actually a matter of worship and allegiance. In Mark 12:13-17, Jesus faces another challenge from the religious leaders. But unlike earlier confrontations, this one is carefully designed. It is strategic, calculated, and intentionally crafted to destroy him. The Pharisees and Herodians, two groups normally opposed to each other, unite with one purpose: to trap Jesus. The Pharisees were strict religious leaders who rejected Rome's rule over Israel. The Herodians supported Roman power for political advantage. They were enemies, yet here they stand together because both feel threatened by Jesus. The Pharisees feared he would expose their spiritual hypocrisy. The Herodians feared he would disrupt their political security. Different motivations, same goal. They approached Jesus with words soaked in flattery. "Teacher, we know that you are true, and that you teach the way of God truthfully. You do not seek approval from anyone, and you do not show favoritism." None of this praise is sincere. They're trying to soften him, to disarm him, to prepare the trap. Then comes the question, is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Should we pay or should we not? On the surface, it sounds like a simple question about civil duty, but in reality, it was designed to force Jesus into a deadly corner. If Jesus answered, yes, pay the tax to Caesar, the Jewish crowds, who despised Roman oppression, would see him as a traitor. If Jesus answered, no, do not pay, the Herodians would report him to Rome as a revolutionary. Either answer would destroy his influence or his life. But Jesus is not trapped. He never reacts, he reveals. He says, bring me a denarius and let me look at it. They hand him a coin. Jesus holds it up and asks, whose image is this, and whose inscription? They answer, Caesar's. Then Jesus says one of the most famous and profound sentences in history, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And those who came to trap him are left amazed, silenced, defeated, not by force, but by truth. Let us look closely at what Jesus is teaching. First, Jesus acknowledges legitimate earthly authority. Government, order, community structure, these serve a role in human life. Taxes, civic responsibility, and social systems are not inherently opposed to faith. To give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar is to acknowledge that we live in a world with shared responsibilities. Jesus is not promoting rebellion nor blind nationalism. He is teaching wisdom. But Jesus does not stop there. He adds a second command. Give to God what is God's, and what belongs to God. The answer lies in the very question he asked about the coin. Whose image is on it? The coin belonged to Caesar because it carried Caesar's image. Your life belongs to God because you carry God's image. You are made in his likeness. You bear his imprint. Your heart, your mind, your soul, your worship, these belong to God. So while the question appears political, Jesus makes it spiritual. The issue is not simply taxes. It is loyalty. The deeper question is, who has authority over your life? Not just over your wallet, but over your identity, your purpose, your heart. You can pay taxes and still rebel against God. You can obey laws and still resist grace. You can live as a citizen of a nation while ignoring the call of the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is calling his listeners and us to clarity. Give earthly authorities what is due to them, but never give to earthly powers what belongs only to God. This moment also reveals something vital about the nature of God's kingdom. Jesus is not interested in building a political revolution. He refuses to be boxed into human categories. He is not a tool for political agendas. He is not aligning with one earthly power structure over another. His kingdom is not of this world. This is important for us today. Many people try to make Jesus fit into political ideologies. They want to claim him for their side. But Jesus does not belong to any human faction. He is not left or right. He is not the instrument of any party. He stands above all systems, all nations, all governments. His kingdom is not built through votes, laws, or armies. His kingdom is built through transformed hearts. So, what does this passage invite us to examine in our own lives? First, it challenges us to ask, what am I giving to Caesar? My time, my labor, my responsibilities, and am I giving those faithfully? But more importantly, what am I giving to God? Am I giving him only a small portion of my heart or my whole heart? Am I giving him only convenient moments or my entire life? Am I honoring him only in words or in obedience and trust? The coin carries Caesar's image. Your life carries the image of God. Second, the passage asks us to examine where we seek identity. Too often, people anchor their identity in cultural, political, or national labels. They say, I am defined by my group, my party, my side. But Jesus reminds us that we belong to someone greater. Before you are anything else, you are God's, created by him, loved by him, called by him, restored by him. Third, this passage reminds us that Jesus sees through every pretense. The leaders thought they were clever. They believed they could manipulate him with strategy and flattery. But Jesus saw their hearts. He sees ours too. Not to condemn us, but to free us. We cannot hide behind appearance, intellect, or religious language. God desires truth in the inward parts. He desires a heart surrendered. Fourth, we are called to live with balance and integrity. We live in the world, but our hope is not in the world. We participate in society, but we do not worship society. We honor earthly responsibilities, but our ultimate loyalty belongs to Christ. To give to Caesar what is Caesar's is to live responsibly. To give to God what is God's is to live faithfully. And when those two spheres come into conflict, our loyalty to God must always come first. Because in the end, Caesar's power ends at the grave, but God's authority begins where earthly power fades. This passage invites us to live with open hands, not clenched fists, to release our need for control, to release our political identity as the core of who we are, to release our fear of the world's systems. We do not need to fear Caesar because we belong to the King of Kings. So we ask ourselves today, what am I holding that needs to be surrendered to God? Where have I allowed earthly concerns to overshadow eternal purpose? What would it mean for me to truly give to God what is God's? Maybe it means forgiving someone I've held in resentment. Maybe it means trusting God in a place where I've been self-reliant. Maybe it means resting instead of constantly striving. Maybe it means saying, Lord, here is my life, it is yours. Jesus is not asking for what we cannot give. He is asking for what already belongs to him, our heart. Thank you for spending this time in the Word. If this message encouraged you, please like the video, follow the channel, and share it so that others may be blessed as well. May the peace of Christ guide you, and may your heart always belong to him.